Okay, guys, there hasn't been a day that I have not walked and walked and walked. It just doesn't always show my face. Well, here I am. I'm on my way. I woke up like this. Sorry. Just had to get out here and walk this morning. Still don't have that little tripod thing with the gimbal, is that what it's called, on it, to keep my device from shaking. Heavenly sunlight, that's what I see behind me. Whew. I did take them sweet babies out this morning already. They've already had their breakfast just a smidge minute early so I could get out here and enjoy the weather. It's 50 something, 57, it's almost 10 a.m. It's 57-ish. Got my water, got my monitor. Yes, I'm getting it figured out. Blessings to each one of you. I pray that you're doing well on your journey, whichever journey it is. I hope that it's journeying with Christ. That's right. I certainly hope that it is journeying with Christ as the head. Woo! Some birds flying around out here, and I'm just gonna say, if my mate, she would have done pulled me over the hill, y'all. That little 6-pound pooch. Yeah, they're robbing redbreast over here, and they have been getting their breakfast also. Absolutely, right down this hill. They took off on me a while ago. When I got closer, they were like, hey, let me just fly away in case that little hairy child is with you. Okay, guys. I'm walking and working on getting in some steps and some prayers. So I might just turn you off after a few minutes because it is bouncy. It is really bouncy. And don't like that. I'm standing under the canopy foyer that Maya knows that I sit down and rest about every 3 laps. I like to sit down and take a rest and check my blood sugar, but she's not out here resting with me. But here is these. I just love them. Still looking good, you all. Still looking glorious. Absolutely. I love them. Some of Mother's favorite colors, to be honest. I like that. Absolutely. The bouncing of this camera is annoying, and I'm just going to apologize again if you're watching and wondering why this girl keeps videoing and has stuff um, her neck, marching around the walls of that city. Actually, I'm walking around the perimeter of my church and getting in some exercise so that I can lose the weight that I need to lose, you all. I am needing a hernia repair. So that's what's happening. I'll try to grab that camera a little bit better so that it doesn't bounce as much. I've been talking. This is lap number 1. This is where I started. And here we go. Working on it. 1 pound down at a time so I can get that needed hernia repair. We'll be feeling better. Definitely. Feeling better, y'all. Healthier. Happier, for sure. Because of getting things straightened out inside the body. It works on the outside as well. I do live right by the freeway, interstate, some of you may call it the interstate. It is a big road that connects the states. There you go. Big road that travels through mountains and valleys and hills and, yes, across big, giant waterways connecting the states and connecting people to food, to each other, to families. I thank God for the men who work so hard to construct the interstates, digging through the mountains. Absolutely. And that is how we get our groceries, guys, delivered from one store to another. Unless we have our groceries growing in our garden. Absolutely. And that's an amazing thing, growing your own garden. Well, I do have some things growing. If you've been watching me for a while, I do have some grow bags that have tomatoes in it this year. Onions also. Poke. I said it. Poke. P-O-K-E is growing in one of my grow bags. That's okay. I love poke salad. That was loud. And I'm not even on the side where the freeway is. I'm on the other side of the church, but that was a loud one. Sure was. A little feather. I'm just gonna. There's a little feather just blowing right there. Okay. I didn't want to hang on with y'all for long. long time this morning because I did manage to get videos up in my camera. It takes up the space that I need. But I'm working on it. We're over here, just passing that beautiful tree. I think it's a mimosa. I'm not sure. If you know, holler at your girl and let her know. But I am only on round 2, lap 2. Just moving a little slow. My blood sugar was 97, which is a star number. That's what they want it to be, in that range. Not under it, not over it. But sometimes, guys, it gets lower than that, and it can be a little on the whoopsie side when you start feeling really, really weak and trying to figure out what's happening. Keep the fluids in you on this journey. And that's not counting carbonated beverages. I did need to slurp on a little carbonated beverage for a quick pick-me-up the other day when I was out and about and was getting low on the totem pole with my blood sugar. And I did slurp a little bit, but that was just an emergency moment. That's what I called it. That was one of those, oh boy, I got to get that up quick. Yes. I do have those little glucose tablets to help me. But I'll just say I didn't have them with me that day. True fact. Okay, guys. It's almost time for that. Maya would say, sit down and play fetch, Mama. If she was out here with me. She's inside, finishing up her breakfast. Yeah. And I'm moving on. Got on my long sleeves today, because when I first came out here with the hairy children, it was pretty chill. It was in the low 50s. I think it was 50. But sometime in the night, it got to 40 something. I was a little worried about my tomatoes that I have not picked. Because, y'all, until we get some frost in the forecast, I just want to give those green tomatoes a little more time. Whew. I'm sitting, I plopped down. Did you notice? I plopped down. I can't sit here very long because these are very uncomfortable benches. This one's got the acorns and the acorn leaves. Very pretty. It's a little bitty table, pop your drink on, but I've got my drink around my neck, right here, in this bag. And this is the gadget that tells me what my blood glucose numbers are at this moment. I'm hoping it's up just a smidge, even though walking does lower it. 118 and holding. Yeah, I could see my breath when I was out here earlier this morning. You ever do that? See how cold it really is. Just see your breath. It would be very interesting for us waiting for the school bus with that happening in the mornings. Standing waiting for the bus to pick us up. My daddy built a little bridge. That's what we called it as kids whenever we were waiting on the bus. We didn't have a enclosed area at the bus stop, but we lived so close to the road that we would take and wait in the barber room. That's what we called the room where Dad did the hair cutting with his little barber shop business that fed us children back in the day. I can remember the sign saying haircuts $3. Yeah. Haircuts $3. Sometimes it was cheaper than that in the early years. And people would stop and get their hair cut. They'd bring their little boys to get their hair cut. And a lot of times I was the one sweeping up the hair because I would be watching Dad do the haircut. That's how I learned to cut my own hair, y'all. I know, it's a mess today, but you can give yourself a trim and it's all good. Yeah. So, on occasion, some of the folks that came to get their hair cut would pay more than the $3, and Daddy would give me a little bit of that to go to the store with him and buy some candy. I know, I would do it. I would do it because I was the one out there sweeping up the hair, and I did hide the candy from my siblings because they would look and look until they found it, or they would beg and beg and beg for it. I've shared, but I was the one sweeping up that hairy mess. I did share sometimes, but you don't have to give it all away. That's just my theory, and I'm sticking to it. Okay, I'm going to get off of here. I haven't been walking for the whole 20 minutes, so I'm going to walk back on over to the residence. I'm going to walk on over there because I have 3 more minutes to get my 20 minutes of physical activity in. I was going to stop, guys, and just quit recording after 10 minutes, but here we are, still walking around the building. Still talking. Good grief. I'm a talker. I am a talker. I get that after my daddy, who was a preacher of the gospel. Yes, indeed. Walking past this beautiful tree again. Cutting the corner right here to the basement. Not cutting corners, but this is where I turn and go. Back up this way. I think I need to get me a little bit of breakfast. Liquid breakfast. Put a little protein powder in my coffee this morning. That will work and pick my energy up a little bit better. And the next time those hairy children need to come walking, y'all, I'll have a little more energy and might be able to walk a little farther. What you think? Okay. Whew. I'm working on it, y'all. I'm making my way back home. Gotta get in there and get me a shower so I can go get my shots today. So allergic to Kentucky. And Kentucky bluegrass. So I've got to get myself inside. But beforehand, just a little look-see at my tomatoes that are still green. The onions, some more tomatoes. Ooh, I might just have that one for a little snacker. This one too. Calling my name. Look at that one. And all those blooms trying their best to keep working. There's a little tomato. Here's some more. And there's Mama's snapdragons. Y'all, I'll show you something that you may have already seen. But my summer squash decided it wants to be squash in October. Are you serious right now? All these little maters. Y'all seeing all that? Two of my favorites over here getting ripe. Finally. Look at these. A little one. But these big ones, how exciting is that? And a little morning glory saying hello to us this morning. Thanks for coming along, guys. This might just go straight without any editing because time is ticking and I got to go. The moms in a yellow jacket getting some loving. I need to give them a little drink, just saying. Okay, in the house. Delicious.